Speaking of police using excessive force, this past weekend, late Saturday evening, in the middle of a small town with just a few residents, in the middle of Times Square, New York City, on a Saturday night, when there couldn't be more people in a small area, tourists, people from the city working, just an insane amount of people.
It's crazy.
In a small area. Confronted by an agitated man who at one point committed the crime of laying down in the middle of the street. Two police officers of the NYPD fired shots late Saturday evening at a man, that man who was laying in the middle of the street, and they, let's see right here, did they get him? And they struck two bystanders instead. One bystander...
sorry about that.
We're
the NYPD.
One bystander was shot in the leg, and the other bystander was shot in the buttocks. Both... Okay, Michael. I agree, but luckily the one who got shot in the posterior was only grazed.
Oh, my God.
Both of them will be fine, but this is just unbelievable.
And apparently the crowd, people were saying, because this guy, basically the police
This guy was basically darting in front of cars on 42nd and 8th Avenue. 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. And witnesses even say the man was hit by several cars. I mean, to me it looks like this man might be having some issues.
He was a deranged guy trying to hurt himself.
Yes. Which means you try to stop the man, help the man, maybe take him down by force by, a tackle. What you don't do is draw your gun in the middle of Times Square and fire rounds.
I see that perspective, but I was more interested in the shooting up Times Square option because that's awesome. I mean, they're getting rid of stop and frisk. We're about to elect this friggin' queer de Blasio as mayor, and I just want to shoot a friggin' guy. He's running for the cause.
It's really depressing that we're gonna no longer have stop and frisk. So I much prefer my new option of let a person get hit by a car and then shoot him in the face.
Yeah, it's this new option called shoot at bystanders randomly in Times Square and frisk.
Now. Frisk the guy you did not shoot.
I'm sorry.
No, but
terrible.
No, but there's video of this, and the man is seen just running erratically around the intersection as police tried to corral him. He was just wandering, running away from the cop, said a witness who described himself as a retired police officer and did not want to be named. He tried to run and ended up getting hit by 3 different cars. Now, this comes off of a story just last year, I think.
Yes.
Where a guy shot a man in the head in broad daylight by the Empire State Building. It was a hit. It was crazy that this happened in the broad daylight in New York.
It was an office feud.
Yes.
It was a terrible story.
It was just an insane story. And this man was targeting this one individual, shot him in the head, and was leaving the scene. And police started firing at him. And I believe one shot may have hit him, but I know for a fact, because I remember this part of the story well, like 10 people, bystanders, were struck by police bullets. Not one bullet hit a bystander from the hit. It's just an incredible story of, those circumstances are different than this story. This story to me is perhaps even more insane, being that this man wasn't even armed.
Right.
But it's just amazing what the option they choose to go to right away is. Something needs to be done.
It's stunning.
Something needs to be done. Because there will be more of these instances occurring. And next time, it won't be these bystanders can be you or me, and these bystanders won't be as lucky.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing to point out too is obviously for many years, obviously there's certain communities and certain parts of the city, parts of any city, parts of the country where obviously African Americans, poor people, they experience dealing with the police very differently. And I think one of the things that's been interesting is that through this militarization of police, it's it's actually become more broad based, so that this is spilling out into shooting up Times Square. So yeah, but there needs to be serious accountability for this. Absolutely, of course.